Alrighty, Andre. So going through the checklist just to cover all my bases, we're gonna first start off by revisiting all the old problems. So here you say to check for game object lifecycle. So here's my game. It's called World of Boys or World of Boy. Hitting enter starts the game. Hitting escape destroys everything. Just to show what's going on, that first scene was scene level 1. I have all these factories calling terminate. That terminate then destroys the pointer itself, which destroys all this. And if we continue through this, it should hit the actual truck within the object pool's deregistration, or not deregistration, destructor. So there it is right there. So that's probably properly running, and just to show that it doesn't freak out upon closing all the way, I'll run it again one more time. So we can hit enter and then hit escape, and on escape everything clears out properly. Secondly, there was the scene changing issue from 374, and essentially just to show that it is working, let me just quickly cycle through some scenes, and you can see that it's not crashing. There you go. So this is one of my demo scenes from way back when. This is one of my new scenes that is part of my game, and this is another scene part of my game. Hitting escape clears out perfectly fine. Just to go through the major change, it's essentially just throwing in scene null object pattern thing, and essentially what's happening is this here. So just to go through it real quick, where it begins is in scene manager. On creation, it creates null commands and null scenes, and essentially sets it up to be the very first scene when you input, but then calling the current or set current scene deletes the current scene, which means it'll be deleting the scene, the null scene, and then setting a new one, calling reset terrain to clear out. Well, not really clear out, but essentially reset terrain does a similar thing by using a null object as well. But we'll get to that later. And then it calls the initialize of that scene, which populates the scene with all the objects and sets all of its internals up. And then it sets the current command to null afterwards to prep it for the next time it gets called. Because essentially what occurs is during the draw cycle, it's constantly calling to execute on pcurrent, and pcurrent is the command, and if it's a null command, then it does nothing, but if it's a scene change command, then it goes further down into actually switching the scene. Next is the camera manager. Your main problem here with me, looking back at it, was that you were saying my camera manager isn't deleting anything. Now when it's deleting every camera that it creates. We could go into the actual engine itself, and it it calls this delete here, camera manager delete. Oof. Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot that we made it scene level so it could be a multi-tin. So essentially in the scene.cpp in its destructor it calls camera manager delete. Past that, I have the time manager. I don't think he said anything bad about it last time. The freeze control, no, the freeze framework's fine. Next we'll be going into some of the new systems, starting off with collision.